Hola mis amigos, aquí estamos de nuevo. Si aún no me conocen, mi nombre es Kyle y mi misión es traerles inglés real y comprensible para ayudar con su inglés. Y el video de hoy fue idea de Mau Fernández. Este video es para ti, mi amigo. Hoy voy a hablar sobre películas. Voy a hablar de las películas que disfruté muchísimo cuando era joven, las películas que me gustan hoy en día y recomendaciones para ustedes que pueden ver en inglés. Empecemos. Hello my friends, hello everybody. I am Kyle and today I am going to speak to you guys in intermediate English about movies that I liked when I was younger, okay? Movies that I like now, and movies that I think you guys should watch, okay? To practice with your English, and because they're good movies. They're just good movies. So, hoy en día, these days, I watch a lot of movies in Spanish and in French because I am trying to improve my Spanish and my French. So I watch movies in these languages so I could listen, okay, so I could learn new words. So I go to Netflix and I look movies in Spanish, movies in French, and I just pick one that looks good to me. So today I am going to give you guys a lot of recommendations for good movies in English. So I want you guys to write me down below and tell me some recommendations of movies that I should watch in Spanish, okay? So, when I was very young, cuando era joven, I watched all of the Disney movies, okay? Pixar movies. I'm sure you guys watched these ones too. Toy Story, Lion King, things like that, okay? All of the cartoon movies. But there was one cartoon movie that I really loved, okay? My sister and I, we watched this movie mil veces, okay? We watched this movie so many times. And I still think that it's a good movie, and maybe you guys can watch it to practice your English, okay? It is called The Road to El Dorado. Okay, The Road to El Dorado is one of the best cartoon movies ever made, in my opinion. Some other movies that I really liked when I was younger. My sister and I, we watched this movie. This movie is called A Knight's Tale. This movie is great, okay? It's great. I still think that it's a really good movie, okay? It's funny, but it's also a really good movie. When I was younger, cuando era joven, when I was younger, me and my dad, mi padre y yo, we watched this movie a lot, Galaxy Quest, okay? Poco tonto, it's a little bit dumb, but we used to laugh, We laughed so much when we watched that movie, me and my dad. So there was an actor, un actor, that was very, very famous when I was younger. He was very popular, okay? His name is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now I think that Arnold Schwarzenegger is famous in all of the world. Probably a lot of you guys know Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? You've probably seen movies like Terminator, but here in the United States, in the 90s, okay, the 90s, los 90, Arnold Schwarzenegger was a hero. He was a hero for all the young boys, okay? All of us, the young American boys, we wanted to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger because Arnold Schwarzenegger was strong, okay? He was strong. Arnold Schwarzenegger was a bodybuilder. He worked out, lifted weights, and he was strong, okay? So all of the American boys, los niños americanos, we watched his movies, and we wanted to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? So, when I was young, I liked to watch the movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was kind of a hero of mine. So, some of my favorite movies ever, mis favoritos, there's a movie called Face Off. Face Off is an incredible movie, okay? And maybe you guys have watched my video about when I was a rapper, cuando fui rapero, okay? Mi nombre de rap era Castor Troy. Okay, Castor Troy. That was the rap name that I used. And I got this name from this movie, Castor Troy, okay? The bad guy, El Malo, the bad guy in this movie, his name is Castor Troy. And when I was young, I don't know, 13, 14 when I saw this movie. Vi esta película cuando tenía como 13 o 14 años. I thought, wow, that guy is so cool. He's so cool. I want to be like that. And it's a little bit bad. It's kind of bad because young Kyle, young Kyle, he wanted to be like the bad guy from the movie, not like the good guy, okay? So I really, really think that you guys should watch the movie Face Off. It's one of the best movies ever, in mi opinion. Another movie that I love is called Signs. Signs, okay? This movie has a very famous actor named Mel Gibson. And this movie, Signs, is the reason why I am scared of aliens, I think, okay? Porque tengo miedo de extraterrestres. Because when I watched this movie, I was young, era joven, okay? And I watched it and I was scared. My heart was like in the movie theater, okay? I remember, recuerdo que I went to the movie theater with my mom and my uncle and my sister, and we watched this movie, and I was scared, okay? I looked away sometimes because I was scared, alright? Now, I don't really think that this movie is very scary, okay? But when I was young, I was scared of aliens. I was scared, okay? I was scared of aliens, so this movie was terrifying for me. But I really think that this is a great movie, okay? My fiance and I, mi prometida y yo, we watched this movie together and she liked it a lot, okay? And when we watched this movie, she had a real basic English, but she understood it pretty well, okay? So I think you guys should watch this movie too, Signs. And my friends, I'm going to tell you guys something that you don't know about me, okay? I am a little bit of a nerd sometimes, okay? Un raro, okay? So I really like The Lord of the Rings, okay? Pienso que ustedes dicen Señor de los Anillos. I really like The Lord of the Rings. So when I was younger, I loved the Lord of the Rings movies, okay? There's 3 of them, and each one is like 2.5 hours long, okay? Maybe 3 hours. So that's a lot. That's a lot of content in English. If you guys go and watch The Lord of the Rings in English, that's a lot of English. So those are some of my favorite movies ever. I really, really love the movies Face Off, Signs, and The Lord of the Rings trilogy. A trilogy is when there's 3 movies, okay? So The Lord of the Rings is a trilogy. Now, a long time ago, I used to watch a lot of horror movies, películas de horror. But now, I try to keep my mind clean, okay? Limpio. I want to keep my mind clean and positive. So I try to only consume content that is positive, positivo. Because if you watch movies about killing and with blood, sangre, okay, those are negative things that you are letting in to your mind through your eyes, okay? Everything that you look at is going straight into your brain, okay? So I try to look at positive things, okay? So that I will have positive thoughts in my brain. So I like to watch comedy movies, okay? Funny movies, ha 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 ha. Funny movies, because that's good for your brain, alright? So some very funny movies that I've really liked throughout the years. The 40-Year-Old Virgin. The 40-Year-Old Virgin, this is a very, very funny movie, okay? I think if you have never seen this movie before and you watch it, you will laugh. You will laugh, okay? It's ridiculous. Okay? One very, very, very famous actor who is famous for being a comedian, a funny guy. His name is Jim Carrey. Tal vez ustedes conocen a Jim Carrey. But this is a Jim Carrey movie that I love. Cable Guy. The Cable Guy. Very funny. I recommend you guys watch The Cable Guy. You will laugh. Okay, you'll laugh and you listen to some English. Another good comedy movie, Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt, it's a classic, okay? It's a classic comedy, classic American comedy. It's very funny. And Euro Trip. Euro Trip. When I was in high school, la escuela secundaria, Euro Trip was very, very popular, okay? Everybody was watching Euro Trip and saying how funny it was, okay? So those are some good movies that you guys can watch, learn some English, and laugh. Ha 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 ha, laugh, okay? Okay, my friends. Those were some movies that I liked when I was younger, some movies that I like now, and movies that I think you guys should watch to practice your English and learn about American culture, okay? Como siempre, mis amigos, muchísimas gracias por ver y nos vemos pronto.